Hey, did you know there are cars that cost less than a brand new iPhone and nobody is buying them? Yeah, you heard that right. While everyone is fighting over the latest used Toyota Corolla, there are real hidden gems sitting on dealership lots collecting dust. Today I'm going to show you 3 affordable cars you probably never considered, but that are going to make both your wallet and your heart. Thank you. And fair warning, after this video, you're going to want to run to the nearest dealership. And if your self-proclaimed car expert friend tells you these are grandma cars, tell him grandmas know more about smart money than he does. Subscribe to Auto Nexus. Welcome to Auto Nexus. Let's go. Look, when people hear Toyota Avalon, they immediately think old man car, something boring, quiet, like that uncle who always sits in the corner at family gatherings. But that perception is more wrong than wearing a suit to the beach. The Avalon isn't just a big sedan. It's basically a supercharged Camry with more space, more comfort, and the same indestructible Toyota heart underneath. The Avalon's real problem is its image. Toyota marketed it for years as a large, comfortable sedan for people who don't want complications anymore, and that made every younger buyer ignore it completely. It's like having a 5-star hotel and only advertising it in crossword puzzle magazines. The reality is you're looking at an enormous, incredibly comfortable sedan with a powerful V6 engine that can cross the entire country without breaking a sweat, and it's more reliable than your alarm clock. And here's where it gets interesting. A used Avalon from the 2005 to 2018 generations can be found between $8,000 and $18,000 depending on year, mileage, and condition. Compare that to a Camry from the same year that will easily cost you $2,000 to $4,000 more. You're getting more car, more space, more engine for less money simply because market perception says it's an old person's car. Under the hood, most Avalons carry a 3.5-liter V6 producing around 268 to 280 horsepower depending on the year. That means this big comfortable cruiser moves with an ease that many compact sports sedans would envy. Press the accelerator and the car responds without drama, without strange noises, without fragile turbos. Pure classic Japanese engineering, simple and well executed. This engine belongs to Toyota's 2GR family, used across practically their entire lineup from the Camry V6 to the Highlander to Lexus vehicles. It's a proven, refined block known for extreme durability. Just mechanics who work with Toyotas will tell you this engine with basic maintenance easily handles 200,000 to 250,000 miles without major problems. No turbos that can blow, no problematic first-generation direct injection, no weird cylinder deactivation systems. It's a classic naturally aspirated V6 with a timing chain, not a belt, that does its job day after day, year after year, without complaint. Synthetic oil change every 5,000 to 6,000 miles, coolant every 60,000 miles, right? And that's your entire preventive maintenance checklist to keep this engine running for decades. The transmission also deserves mention. Most Avalons use a conventional 6-speed automatic on newer models that is smooth, reliable, and proven across millions of Toyota vehicles. It's not a problematic CVT, not a delicate dual clutch. It's a traditional torque converter automatic that Toyota perfected over many years. Shifts are imperceptible in normal driving, and when you accelerate hard, it responds without hesitation. Reliability is excellent if you do a fluid change every 40,000 to 50,000 miles using Toyota-specific fluid. And here's the beauty. Because it shares a platform with the Camry and other Toyotas, parts are everywhere and don't cost a fortune. You don't need to go to a dealership for basic maintenance. Any competent mechanic who works with Toyotas can maintain an Avalon without issues. Reliability is Toyota in full don't break it if you tried mode. There are Avalons with over 200,000 miles still starting every single day like nothing happened, owned by people who only did oil changes, filters, and basic maintenance. The most common complaints are minor things typical of any high-mileage used car like hoses that harden with age or shocks that need replacement after 100,000 miles. But serious engine or transmission problems are extremely rare in well-maintained Avalons. It's literally one of the most reliable cars you can buy in the used market, and best of all, because it's not fashionable, it depreciates faster than a Corolla or Camry. That means with the same budget you'd spend on a barely equipped compact, you can step into a large, silent, fully loaded sedan with years of useful life ahead. The interior is where the Avalon leaves you asking, how does this car cost so little? Wide seats with high perceived quality, genuine leather in mid and high trims that ages beautifully without cracking, highway silence comparable to German luxury sedans, generous rear space where tall adults can actually cross their legs comfortably, and an enormous trunk where you can fit half your house. It's literally a rolling living room. Front seats are comfortable with multi-directional electric adjustments, 2-driver memory heating, and in higher trims, even ventilation. The driving position is relaxed with good visibility in all directions thanks to the generous dimensions of the car. Rear legroom is superior to many premium sedans. 3 adults travel comfortably without feeling cramped. The trunk has over 15 cubic feet of capacity with a wide opening and low floor that makes loading heavy luggage or groceries easy. It's the perfect car for families, long road trips, or anyone who simply wants comfort without complications. Equipment in mid and high trims is very complete. Depending on year and version, you can find dual or tri-zone automatic climate control, GPS navigation system, touchscreen, JBL premium sound system with multiple speakers, backup camera, front and rear parking sensors, electric leather seats with memory, sunroof, adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring, lane departure warning, steering wheel audio, and phone controls. It's technology that 10 years ago you only saw in much more expensive cars, and that today you can have for a fraction of the original price. The Avalon's driving experience is designed for one thing: absolute comfort. The suspension is soft, absorbs bumps like they don't exist. Road imperfections practically disappear. It's not a sports car, and it doesn't pretend to be. It's a highway cruiser designed to devour miles without tiring you out. Steering is light, easy to maneuver in the city despite the car's large size. Noise isolation is exceptional. At highway speeds, you barely hear wind or tire noise. The V6 is virtually silent unless you floor it. It's a rolling library. Brakes are powerful and progressive, easy to modulate. The car feels solid, planted, safe at highway speeds. It's the perfect car for someone who drives many miles for work or for families that travel frequently. You get in, drive 300 miles, and step out fresh. No back pain. No fatigue. No stress. Fuel economy is reasonable for a large V6. We're talking about 19 to 21 miles per gallon in the city with heavy traffic, 27 to 30 miles per gallon on the highway at steady cruise speed. It's not a hybrid, not an efficiency miracle, but it's not a gas monster either, considering you're moving a large, heavy sedan with 270 horsepower. And remember, you're getting upper segment comfort at regular car prices. And here comes the million-dollar question. If it's so good, why is it so cheap? 3 main reasons. First, the perception that it's an old person's car. Many younger buyers automatically dismiss it without even trying it because it's not cool. You can't show it off on social media. That creates lower demand and lower prices. Second, the SUV craze. Everyone wants an SUV even if they don't need one, even if it costs more, even if it's less comfortable. Large sedans like the Avalon are being massively ignored, which creates opportunity for smart buyers. Third, Toyota sells enormous numbers of Camrys which have a younger, better image. That pushes the Avalon into the background despite being objectively a better car in space and comfort. The result? While everyone fights over expensive used Camrys, you can get an Avalon that's bigger, better equipped, more comfortable for less money. It's literally the best-kept secret in the Toyota used market. Perfect for long trips, perfect for families, perfect for ride-share driving, perfect for anyone who wants comfort without paying luxury prices. While everyone is obsessed with overpriced used SUVs, the Avalon is parked quietly at the back of the lot waiting for someone smart enough to realize that for the same money they can get more engine, more space, and more comfort. It's the typical car your cousin laughs at until he gets in, drives it, and goes completely silent. Don't make the mistake of judging it by its reputation. Try it. Sit in those seats. Now drive it on the highway, listen to that silence, check the prices, and then tell me it's not one of the best purchases you can make in the used market. We move to the second car, and this is the one that hurts me most to see undervalued. The Mazda 3, especially the generations from around 2010 to 2016. When I mention the Mazda 3, there's always someone who says just get a Civic or a Corolla. And right there, exactly there, is where your smart buying opportunity begins. The Mazda 3 is that brilliant student who always got good grades but nobody took seriously because he didn't show off. This compact combines three things that rarely come together in a cheap used car: good design, good handling, and solid reliability. While many compacts feel like kitchen appliances on wheels, the Mazda 3 feels like a car designed by people who actually enjoy driving. And here's the number that's going to interest you. A used Mazda 3 from those generations can be found between $6,000 and $12,000, depending on year, mileage, and trim. Compare that to a Honda Civic from the same year that will easily cost you $2,000 to $3,000 more just because it says Honda. You're paying less for a car that in handling and design is equal or superior. Mazda's 2.0 and 2.5 naturally aspirated engines are known for being tough, durable, and relatively simple. No weird technology, the no tiny turbos working at their limit at every stoplight. The 2.0 Skyactiv engine develops around 155 to 165 horsepower depending on the year, while the 2.5 goes up to 184 horsepower. These are naturally aspirated engines with no turbo and no exotic mechanical complications. That means fewer components that can fail, fewer problematic sensors, lower long-term maintenance costs. With basic maintenance, good oil every 5,000 miles, filters on schedule, and checking fluid levels, these engines reach very high mileage without drama. There are documented testimonials of Mazda 3s with over 150,000 miles running perfectly with the original engine on preventive maintenance only. Mechanics who work with Mazdas will tell you these Skyactiv engines are robust, reliable, and easy to maintain. They're not quite as immortal as a Toyota, but they're very close and cost less in the used market. The transmission varies by trim and year. You can find Mazda 3s with a 6-speed manual transmission that is excellent, with precise shifts, good clutch feel, short throws, perfect for someone who enjoys driving. If you prefer automatic, there are versions with a conventional 6-speed automatic that is smooth, reliable, and well calibrated. Shifts are quick when you accelerate hard, but smooth in relaxed driving. Reliability on these transmissions is very good if you respect the fluid change every 40,000 to 50,000 miles. These are not the problematic CVTs or delicate dual clutch systems of some European brands. They're proven gearboxes that do their job without drama. The chassis is where the Mazda 3 truly shines. Steering is precise, well-weighted, communicative. You feel exactly what the front wheels are doing. The suspension is perfectly calibrated between comfort and dynamics. It's not stiff like a pure sports car, but not floaty like a soft cruiser either. It absorbs bumps reasonably well, but keeps the car planted and controlled in corners. On highways, it feels much more stable than many rivals of its size. The Mazda 3 has what engineers call good chassis balance. Weight is well distributed, center of gravity is low, the car responds in a predictable and confident manner. It's the kind of car you buy to drive to work and end up taking extra loops around the block just because you enjoy how it handles. In the city, it's agile, and easy to park with a good turning radius. On the highway, it's stable, quiet, comfortable for long trips. Real versatility, not just marketing. Inside, Mazda did something many manufacturers forget. They thought about the driver. Controls where they should be, comfortable driving positions with good lateral support, clear instrument clusters easy to read at a glance. In newer versions, especially from 2014 onward, the interiors look almost premium for the segment. Quality materials, soft-touch plastics in the areas you touch, well-executed stitching, clean design. It's not German luxury, but it's light years above many more famous compact rivals in terms of resale value perception. Interior space is adequate for the segment. Up front, there's plenty of room for driver and passenger. In the rear, 2 adults can travel comfortably or 3 with a slight squeeze. It's not the most spacious compact in the world, but it's perfectly usable for small families or couples. The trunk is decent with enough space for weekly groceries or bags for a weekend trip. The rear seats fold to expand cargo space when you need to transport something larger. Equipment in mid and high trims is surprisingly complete. Depending on year and version, you find a touchscreen infotainment system, GPS navigation, backup camera, parking sensors, automatic climate control, leather or quality synthetic leather seats, steering wheel audio controls, Bluetooth, USB connectivity, a Bose premium sound system in top trims, sunroof, cruise control. Many Mazda 3s from 2014 onward have active safety technology like blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, automatic emergency braking and equipped versions. Technology that just a few years ago was only seen in more expensive cars. Fuel economy is very reasonable. The 2.0 engine easily achieves 28 to 30 miles per gallon in the city and 37 to 40 miles per gallon on the highway. The 2.5 consumes a bit more but remains efficient for the power it offers. These are very competitive numbers that let you use the car daily without gas destroying your budget. And remember, you're getting a car that's fun to drive, not just economical. Mazda 3 reliability is very good though, not perfect. The most commonly reported problems are rust or corrosion in climates with heavy winter road salt, especially on models before 2014. Mazda significantly improved their corrosion protection in later years, but if you live in an area with harsh winters, check carefully underneath the car before buying. Another known weak point is that some units can develop minor electrical issues, oxygen sensors failing prematurely, or ignition coils that need replacement around 100,000 miles. But these are minor, predictable problems, not catastrophic ones. Outside of that, the Mazda 3 is surprisingly reliable. Engine and transmission hold up very well. Suspension and brakes are standard and easy to maintain. Parts are available in many places and don't cost fortunes. Any competent mechanic can work on a Mazda 3 without issues. And why is it so cheap then? Simple. Because people go on autopilot toward Honda and Toyota. That mentality of always buying the same thing leaves brands like Mazda overlooked despite offering equal or better products in some respects. The Mazda 3 doesn't have the indestructibility halo of the Corolla or the fame of the Civic. That makes it depreciate more than it should. You benefit by paying less for a car equal or better in handling with very solid reliability and the feeling of a more expensive car. It's the classic case of the person who actually knows cars, buys a Mazda 3 and says nothing. They don't buy it to show off. They buy it because they understand they're getting more real value for their money. Yet we close with a car that many people still judge by the brand's reputation from 20 years ago. The Hyundai Sonata, especially the generations from around 2011 to 2017. When someone hears Hyundai, there are still people who think cheap and basic, and yes, they're cheap to maintain, but they haven't been basic in the bad sense for years. The Sonata made an enormous leap in design, equipment, and quality, but the market was slow to update its perception. Result: you have a mid-size sedan with plenty of space, good safety ratings, complete equipment, and a price in the used market that is often ridiculously low. It's the typical car you see listed. You check the year, you check the equipment, you check the price, and you think something must be wrong with it. And many times nothing is wrong with it. It's simply that the brand doesn't carry the same prestige as others. A used Hyundai Sonata from those generations can be found between $7,000 and $14,000 depending on year, mileage, and trim. Compare that to a Honda Accord or Toyota Camry from the same year that will easily cost you $3,000 to $5,000 more. You're getting practically the same car, more space, in some cases better equipment, for much less money, simply because the badge isn't Japanese. The 2.0 and 2.4 naturally aspirated engines are generally well proven and straightforward. The 2.0 Turbo GDI develops around 245 horsepower in sport versions, while the 2.4 naturally aspirated produces around 185 to 190 horsepower. They're not racing engines, but they respond well and move the car with ease. The 2.4 naturally aspirated is the most reliable in the lineup. Simple, robust, no turbos that can fail. With oil changes on schedule, quality filters, and basic maintenance. This engine easily reaches 150,000 miles and beyond without serious problems. The 2.0 turbo is more powerful, more fun, but requires more maintenance attention. It's not problematic if properly maintained, but the turbo adds complexity. If you want maximum reliability, choose the 2.4 naturally aspirated. If you want more power and you're willing to be strict with maintenance, the 2.0 turbo is excellent. The automatic transmissions have improved enormously. Hyundai left behind those clunky gearboxes from the early 2000s and now offers smooth shifts and good reliability when maintenance is respected. Most Sonatas from this era use a conventional 6-speed automatic torque converter transmission, not a CVT. Shifts are smooth and relaxed driving and reasonably quick when you accelerate with intent. Reliability is good if you change the fluid every 40,000 to 50,000 miles using Hyundai-specific fluid. Don't use generic universal fluids. Invest in the correct fluid and the transmission will last many miles. Inside, the Sonata surprises you. Depending on the trim, you can find genuine leather seats, dual-zone automatic climate control, large touchscreen with GPS navigation, backup camera, front and rear parking sensors, panoramic sunroof, steering wheel controls, premium sound system with multiple speakers, electric seats with heating and ventilation in high trims. Equipment that 10 years ago was only seen in more expensive brands. Rear space is very generous, ideal for families or for anyone who regularly carries passengers. 3 adults travel comfortably in the back without feeling cramped. Legroom is superior to many premium compact sedans. The trunk is large with over 16 cubic feet of capacity, perfect for luggage, groceries, or work equipment. It's a complete family sedan that works equally well for personal use or rideshare driving. The interior materials have improved dramatically compared to older Hyundais. Plastics feel better to the touch. Stitching is well executed. Assembly is solid without rattles or creaks. It's not German luxury, but it's on par with many Japanese competitors and surpasses several Korean rivals. The design is clean, modern, without excess. Everything is where it should be. Controls are intuitive and easy to use. Driving position is comfortable with good seat and steering wheel adjustments. The driving experience is comfortable leaning towards soft, designed to absorb miles without tiring you. The suspension handles bumps reasonably well. It's not sporty and doesn't pretend to be. It's that balance you appreciate when you're doing long highway stretches or spending half your life in heavy traffic. Steering is light, easy to maneuver in the city. Noise isolation is very good for the segment. At highway speeds, the noise level is low, comparable with more expensive sedans. The car feels solid and planted on the road. Brakes are powerful and progressive. It's a car designed for comfort and practicality, not driving thrills. And that's perfect because it delivers exactly what it promises. Fuel economy is reasonable. The 2.4 naturally aspirated gets around 24 to 26 miles per gallon in the city and 33 to 35 miles per gallon on the highway. The 2.0 turbo consumes a bit more, especially if you accelerate frequently, but remains competitive. These are numbers that let you use the car daily without destroying your gas budget. And remember, you're moving a large, well-equipped, mid-size sedan, not a stripped-down compact. Sonata reliability has improved enormously. Models from 2011 onward are significantly more reliable than previous generations. The most commonly reported problems are failures in the 2.0 turbo engine if maintenance is neglected, some minor electrical sensors that can cause issues, and premature brake pad wear on some units. These are minor, predictable problems. Hyundai also offers long warranties on new cars, and many of those warranties are transferable to the second owner, which adds peace of mind. Parts are increasingly available and reasonably affordable. Any competent mechanic can work on a Hyundai Sonata without specialized tools or expensive proprietary software, and the depreciation key. Hyundai, without the same halo as Toyota or Honda, loses value faster on paper. But the car itself remains equally useful, equally comfortable, and perfectly valid as daily transportation. That means you pay less, get more equipment, and if you buy a well-cared-for unit, you have a car for many years without financial strain. It's the classic case of buying smart versus buying for fashion. People pay more for a Camry just because it says Toyota, even when the Sonata offers similar or superior equipment. You take advantage of that market psychology and get yourself a complete, spacious, comfortable, well-equipped, mid-size sedan for the price of an overpriced, used compact. And with that, we close the list. A Toyota Avalon that is basically silent luxury at compact car prices. More space, more engine, more comfort than a Camry for less money. A Mazda 3 that gives you driving pleasure and reliability without the fashion premium, better design, and better chassis than many more famous rivals. A Hyundai Sonata that offers space, equipment, and comfort for less than the price of an overpriced Japanese sedan. All three share one thing in common. They depreciated more than they should have due to market psychology, not real problems. People buy with emotions, not logic. You are not those people. You understand that the best car is not the one with the most famous logo. It's the one that gives you the most real value for your money. If this video helped you, leave me a like. Now, if you're not subscribed to AutoNexus yet, subscribe now. Every week, we bring content about cars, buying opportunities, and secrets the industry doesn't want you to know. Leave me a comment telling me which of these three caught your attention most, or if you know another hidden gem we should cover. The best car is not the most expensive. It's the one that best fits your life without destroying your wallet. See you in the next AutoNexus video. Until then, buy smart.